Good morning, Elba.
Hola, good morning, buenos días.
My name is Miss Becky, and I'm here at the Woodford County Library.
Mi nombre es Miss Elba, and I'm here at the Woodford County Library too.
We are both librarians.
And I love this place very, very much.
I do too. If you are watching this on the internet and you aren't actually in Woodford County, you might be thinking, well, where is Woodford County? And Woodford County is in Kentucky. And Kentucky, unless you're in another country, you probably know that Kentucky's somewhere in the middle of the United States. But in Kentucky, people often refer to themselves as being Americans. In fact, there are lots of books here in the library that have titles like this one, Celebrate America in Poetry and Art. And I was looking through it, and although there are Latinx poems in here, everything in here is about the United States. So do you see any type of issue with something like that?
I think that growing up in Central America, we learned that America is the whole entire North America, Central America, and South America. That's the Americas. Everything here, all of us are Americans. I am from El Salvador, and I am an American because all these countries that you see in the map are called America. That's the American continent. So it is now in our countries, we learn that we are part of the Americas, and it's not only the United States, it's all of us, Canada, El Salvador, Chile, it's all the continents. So we are all Americans. Now, there are countries like Mexico that it's in North America, but they are also Americans. And we have Honduras and my country, El Salvador, that are part of Central America, but we also Americans.
So were some things the same growing up in El Salvador as they are here in the United States?
Well, some were and some were not. Like especially holidays. We have big celebrations for Christmas and New Year's, and those are great holidays over there that I remember. But Halloween, no. I never went out to celebrate Halloween. It's not a common back then. I'm talking about in the 70s. It was not something that I grew up with. We never celebrate Halloween. So
that's different.
Yeah.
For example, this decoration on the wall looks like it may have been from the 1970s, and I grew up with things like that in my classroom in the United States. So that's one difference.
I think that here is widely celebrated always, and I want to say that it came from the United States if there was some kind of celebration in other countries, but not for me, not growing up. So I never saw that, in my school or in my neighborhood. The other thing is like some food. We have our authentic, typical Spanish, Latin flavor. And that doesn't mean it's hot, because a lot of people think that when you say Spanish food, it's gonna be hot, steaming, spicy hot. No, it is a different kind of ingredients, a different kind of flavor. But at the same time, I have hamburgers and pizza, and I didn't have chicken nuggets though. McDonald's had just arrived back then.
Well, they didn't start having chicken nuggets there until the 1980s.
So there is a difference in food, but we still have some similarity with certain dishes.
So even though they did not have Halloween the way we celebrate it here, and there was no trick-or-treating, one of the things that is common is often in different places in the world is the idea of ghost. And this book is a new book. It's called Gustavo the Shy Ghost. And we have this book in Spanish and in English, but the Spanish copy is checked out. And Gustavo, it doesn't say what country he lives in, but I think it's a Latin American country. So we're going to share this book today. And then after this video of us sharing the book and talking to each other, you can see some pictures from El Salvador and Honduras, where Miss Elba and I have visited. And she used to live, but I don't think they're from when she was a little girl. I think they're a little bit more recent than that. Gustavo was a ghost. He enjoyed doing normal things that paranormal beings do, passing through walls, making objects fly, and glowing in the dark. Another Latin American celebration that's not Halloween, but is around the same time, is Dia de los Muertos. And some of the images in this book look like Dia de los Muertos images. That's usually the 2 days after Halloween. But there was nothing in the world that he loved more than playing the violin. Well, almost nothing. Gustavo was secretly in love with Alma, the prettiest monster in town. But he had a problem. You see, Gustavo was so shy that some things felt incredibly difficult for him. So he couldn't go to the ice cream stand with her. And the worst part of it, he just waited and waited and waited until everyone was gone and it was closed. Was that making friends was terrifying. Gustavo had never dared to speak to any of the other monsters. So here they all are, playing together, and there he is hiding. He tried getting close to them in many different ways. But even when he was right in front of them, they just couldn't see him. There he is. There he is. There he is. Gustavo longed to be part of something. More than anything, he wanted to make a friend. I have to be brave. I have to let the others see me, he thought. So he decided to send a letter, a very special one. Dear monsters, I would like to invite you to my violin concert, which will take place at the Day of the Dead party next full moon at the cemetery. I would be thrilled to see you there. Gustavo the Ghost. As the days went by, Gustavo couldn't stop thinking, what if no one shows up? What if they don't like my music? What if they don't like me? Except tonight was the night, and this time he couldn't hide. And so there he is, waiting to play his violin. And he went out to the cemetery, but not a soul had come.
Literally.
Yes, literally. So all alone, Gustavo did what he loved most, and the music made him happy. So happy that he glowed. Oh, how he glowed. Gustavo! We wanted to get you flowers, but we got lost instead. And then we heard your music. We're so sorry we're late. And we saw your glow. We really loved your concert. Would you like to hang out with us? From that day on, Gustavo's life changed. And everyone discovered that even if he didn't talk much, he was the best at helping and protecting his friends. But mostly Gustavo never stopped surprising them. And they never stopped loving him. And there he is playing his violin for Alma.
Oh, what a beautiful story, Miss Becky.
So Gustavo just had to learn to be brave enough to let others know he wanted to be friends. And once he did, they wanted to be his friends. Sometimes you just have to let someone know. And so Miss Elba and I are friends, and we're glad that we got to spend this time together. And we hope that you come into the library and get some great books, like the Gustavo book in English or in Spanish. And you can check out the books about countries.
Yes, and we have all the countries, especially during this month of October. Especially during the month of October, we have some great books about America.
Yes.
Not necessarily America, the United States, but the whole entire continent, America.
All right, so good to see you.
Adios. Adios.